Hi everyone, welcome to our next session geography class. Today's part we are going to learn the drainage system in India. In the last part we have learned the drainage system in Brazil and today we are going to learn about the drainage system in India. So India's drainage system. Comparing Brazil, India has lot of rivers and these rivers are mainly divided into two. First one it is Himalayan rivers and second one it is peninsular rivers. Most of the Himalayan rivers originating from the glaciers and it is a perennial river. What is the meaning of perennial river? It is providing the water throughout the year. That means in summers, what will happen? The summers temperature will be more. At that time, the ice will melt and it will start to flow. So in that manner, throughout the year, the Himalayan rivers are having the water. And the Himalayan rivers are divided into two. First one, it is Sindhu river system and the second one, it is Ganga river system. Sindhu and its tributaries drain or flow through the western Himalayas. That means it flows through the Jammu and Kashmir. Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj are the major tributaries of a river Sindhu. And among these, river Satluj is the major tributary of river Sindhu. We have already learned that this river leads for the formation of Punjab plain. River Sindhu originates from the Mansarovar lake and River Sindhu flows towards Pakistan and then meet its in Arabian Sea. Next one is River Ganga system. River Ganga originates from the Gangotri glaciers from the Himalayan mountain range. It is a east flowing river. River Yamuna is the major tributary of River Ganga and River Yamuna is originating from the Yamunotri glaciers. Another major tributary of River Ganga, it is River Brahmaputra and it is originating from the Tibet. When it starts from the Tibet, it is known as Sangpo and when it enters into India, it is known as Dihang. And when it again it forward from the Arunachal Pradesh state, it is known as River Brahmaputra. So same river has different names in different places. That is River Brahmaputra, major tributary of River Ganga. And Ganga Brahmaputra river, we have already learned that the huge volume of water and huge deposition has led to the formation of delta. Due to the deposition work of River Ganga and Brahmaputra, that delta we have already learned. Are you remembering? That is Sundarban Delta. River Ganga receives its tributaries from peninsula like Chambal, Ken, Betwa, Shon, Damodar, etc. And the second major river system in India, it is peninsular rivers. The rivers which are originating from the peninsula. It is divided into east flowing rivers and west flowing rivers. East flowing rivers will meet in the Bay of Bengal and west flowing rivers will meet in the Arabian Sea. The Western Ghat plays an important role like a water divide. And peninsular rivers, we have already learned that it is seasonal rivers. It needs rainfall. If rainfall is less, then at that time it may lead for dry. It is not a perennial river. Peninsular rivers are known as the seasonal rivers because throughout the year water won't be there in this peninsular rivers. Peninsular rivers are divided into west flowing rivers which leads or which flows and joint in the Arabian Sea. Rivers which is flowing towards the east, that means it meets in the Bay of Bengal. So these rivers features we have already learned that it is short and a swift. That means it has high speed, so it is not bringing any sediments. Due to these rivers, we can see the estuaries in the western coastal plains. So we can see the estuaries are formed. The estuaries are formed in the western coastal plains. In the states like Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra and southern states in Gujarat, we can see these rivers. And if you are going towards the northward, these rivers, that means near the Kampat, we can see the rivers such as River Tapi, Narmada, Mahi and Sabarmati. And the next one, it is rivers meeting in Bay of Bengal, that means the east flowing rivers. The important river system in this group are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. in the slope of the Western Ghats. River Godavari is the largest river in the peninsular river, and it is also known as Dakshin Ganga. To the south of the river Godavari is located the basin of river Kaveri, river Krishna. Its major tributaries are river Bhima and Tungabhadra. River Kaveri flows through the states of Kerala and Karnataka, and these rivers are mainly used for drainage purposes. So these are the major river system in India. Now we will do a map study. It will be helping you for better understanding. Dear students, here we can see the main rivers and lakes in India. The river is shown. If you are looking into the index, you can see that river is shown like blue line, and source, it is mentioned in the black dot like circle you can see. So here the main rivers, Indian river system is divided into two. Here you can see the Himalayan drainage or Himalayan rivers. There are two major rivers. Here you can see the Sindhu river system and a Ganga river system. So its origin is from the Lake Mansarovar. You can look here in the map. The Lake Mansarovar is the source of water here. And Jalam, Chanab, Ravi and Satluj are the tributaries of river Sindhu, and Satluj is the major river which originates near Mansarovar. Here I already show you the Mansarovar lake, and Punjab plain also formed due to this river. And next one, it is the river Ganga. It originates from the Gangotri glaciers and crosses Himalayas to become an east flowing river. Yamuna is the tributary of river Ganga. It is originating from the Yamunotri glacier, and the major tributary of Ganga flows through the northern part of Greater Himalaya. When it crosses Himalaya, then it enters. At that time, it is called Sangpo, and when it crosses Himalayas, it is called Dihang, and its eastward flow thereafter is called as Brahmaputra. That means when it flow through Tibet, it is known as Sangpo. When it enter into India through Arunachal Pradesh, it is known as Dihang. When it cross the Arunachal Pradesh and when it will take eastward direction, it is known as Brahmaputra. This Ganga and Brahmaputra river system is formed the Sundarban Delta. It confined in West Bengal and Bangladesh. And next one, it is peninsular rivers. Here you can see the peninsula we have already learned. So the rivers which are flowing through this region, it is known as peninsular rivers. The peninsular river system can be divided into east flowing, which is joining into the Bay of Bengal, and the west flowing rivers meets in the Arabian Sea. The Western Ghats form a major water divide in the peninsula, and these rivers are seasonal in nature. And here the west flowing rivers occupying the area between the Western Ghats and the Arabian coastline, and the rivers which are meeting the Bay of Bengal. Most of the area of the peninsula is drained by the rivers flowing towards the Bay of Bengal. And here we can see the rivers which are flowing through the states such as Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra and southern Gujarat. Further northwards, one comes across the river system flowing into the Gulf of Kambat. Here you can see this region is known as Gulf of Kambat. These river system are Tapi, Narmada, Mahi and Sabarmati. And Tapi and Narmada flow slowly through rift valleys. Mahi river flows from northeast to southwest direction. But whereas the river Sabarmati, collecting its headwaters from the southern slopes of Aravalli, then it flows in somewhat north-south direction. And here we can see the another noteworthy river forming the catchment of Arabian Sea, that is river Luni, and it originates along the western slopes of Aravalli range and flows in somewhat northwest to southeast direction and flows into Gulf of Kutch. And here rivers meeting the Bay of Bengal, the important river system here Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Mahanadi basin occupies the northeastern part of the peninsula. River Godavari is the second largest river system of India, and but it is the longest one in peninsular rivers. And Godavari river is also known as Dakshin Ganga. Then to the south of Godavari is located the basin of river Krishna. Its major tributaries are Bhima and Tungabhadra. Then river Kaveri basin flows through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. It is one of the major rivers of peninsula. It is a river that has been harnessed for irrigation since a long time. So this river is using mainly for the irrigation purpose. So these are the major river system in India. So I hope all of you understood the topic well. Now we will see a video related to the topic.
If you look at the map of India, you will notice that it has a large number of rivers flowing through it. According to the place of origin, all Indian rivers can be broadly classified into two divisions. Rivers that originate from the Himalayas and rivers that originate from the Indian Plateau region. Let's learn about the Indian rivers that originate from the Himalayas. These rivers can be classified broadly into three river systems: the Ganga river system, the Brahmaputra river system, and the Indus river system. Ganga is the longest river in India. It originates from the Gangotri glacier and drains into the Bay of Bengal. The Ganga river flows through the states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal before entering Bangladesh. Yamuna is the most important tributary of River Ganga. The Yamuna meets Ganga at Allahabad. Gandak, Ghagra, Gomti, and Kosi are the other important tributaries of River Ganga. They meet the Ganga after the Ganga-Yamuna confluence. Mahananda is one of the last rivers to join Ganga in India. The Ganga bifurcates in West Bengal. One branch flows into the Bay of Bengal through West Bengal and is called River Hooghly. It is the most important distributary of River Ganga. The other main branch of the Ganga River flows on eastward into Bangladesh. Here, it meets the Brahmaputra River and then drains into the Bay of Bengal. A huge delta is formed where these rivers drain into the Bay of Bengal. The delta is covered with forests called the Sundarban forests. The Brahmaputra River originates at Lake Mansarovar in Tibet, flows eastward parallel to the Himalayas, and enters India through Arunachal Pradesh. It then flows through Assam and joins River Ganga in Bangladesh, before finally draining into the Bay of Bengal. The mighty Brahmaputra River is known by different names in different regions throughout its course. It is known as Sangpo in Tibet, Dihang in Arunachal Pradesh, Brahmaputra in Assam, and as Jamuna in Bangladesh. In India, the main tributaries of the river are Manas, Lohit, and Subansiri. The tributary Teesta meets the Brahmaputra River in Bangladesh. As the river enters the plains, it deposits a lot of alluvium on the riverbed, in the process creating large islands. The Majuli Island, formed in Assam, is the largest river island in the world. The Indus River system originates from Mansarovar in Tibet, flows westward, and enters India through Jammu and Kashmir. It then flows through Pakistan and drains into the Arabian Sea. The Indus and its tributaries flow through the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, and through Pakistan. River Shok, Gilgit, and Zaskar are tributaries that meet the Indus in its upper course in India. The other tributaries are Jhelum, Ravi, Chenab, and Satluj. River Jhelum flows through Jammu and Kashmir, and River Ravi flows through Himachal Pradesh before meeting Chenab in Pakistan. River Chenab also meets River Satluj in Pakistan. Before flowing through Pakistan, River Satluj flows through Himachal Pradesh and Punjab in India. It meets River Indus in Pakistan. The Indus, with water from all its tributaries, drains into the Arabian Sea. The Narmada River is the largest west-flowing river in India. The river originates in the hills of Amarkantak and drains into the Arabian Sea. It flows through Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. The Sardar Sarovar Dam in Gujarat is an important dam built on this river. The Tapi River originates from a place called Multai in the Satpura Mountains. It drains into the Arabian Sea. The Tapi River flows through the states of Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. The river deposits sediments near its mouth. The Mahanadi River originates from the Bastar Hills and drains into the Bay of Bengal. Mahanadi flows through the states of Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Jharkhand. This river is known for its annual flood. The Godavari River is the longest river in South India. It originates from Trimbakeshwar and empties itself into the Bay of Bengal. The vast river Godavari encompasses the states of Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. It is the second longest river in India. Indravati and Manjra are the two tributaries of this river. The river Krishna originates at Mahabaleshwar and enters the Bay of Bengal. The river flows through the states of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra. Bhima and Tungabhadra are the two important tributaries of the river Krishna. The river Kaveri originates at Brahmagiri Hills and enters the Bay of Bengal. The mythological river Kaveri flows through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The famous Shivana Samudra waterfall is located on this river. The Periyar River originates in the Western Ghats and drains into the Arabian Sea. Just like the Ulhas River and Mandvi River that originate from the Western Ghats, this river flows through rugged terrain and is short and swift. The Periyar River is the lifeline of Kerala. It is the main source of water supply of the state. The famous Idukki Dam that supplies electricity to the state is located on this river.
So I hope all of you understood the topic well. Read your textbook, do the map activity. Thank you.